Hey guys, and welcome to a new video about Legend of Mushroom. Here today I'm gonna show you a build for the Supreme Spirit. Important are these two slots because depending on which pawns you use, you get different bonuses, and we're gonna look at that later. So first, for the skills we use, I use the 100 Slashes, Dragon Resonance, Blade Pierce, Blitz Assault, and the Winged Streams. The first one gives you some damage res and attack speed. Then you have these two skills for damage based on max HP. Then the Blitz Assault for some death immunity of 3 seconds. And then the Winged Dreams, which increases the combo rate and combo damage of your pawns. You also could use the Shroomy Shield instead of the Winged Streams, depending if you want more damage or more survivability. Then the Claws Awakening, I just put 10 in attack, 10 in global defense. If you want more damage, then just put here some more in the global attack. I put most of the scrolls in HP. I have 121. Then I have here 30 in pole damage and 50 in crit res. And the crit damage you don't need. Then for the pawns I'm using, I use the Kung Fu Master for the effect of the regeneration. Then Angel Deer for some damage res. Chicken Hood, it gives you some basic attack multiplier. Then Snow General reduces the enemy's attack speed. Hipster Tortoise, you get the shield when your HP drops below 50%. And Floor Panda for some base regeneration. The effects I get through those are Snowy Night. Paul skills deals extra damage equal to 2% of the target's max HP, and this only applies to one of the Paul of the same race, so don't use more than one Paul of the same race. Then the Quadra Terrain, Paul attacks and combos have a 30% chance of restoring max HP. And Adorable Nature characters gains 12% damage res after the battle starts, which decays by 1/4 every 10 seconds. Then for the relics I use here, I have the Priest Mask because it's the only one which gives me some effect for the pulse. So Paul crit rate, Paul combo would be better here, but it's the only one. Then I'm using the Arrow Bamboo to increase the crit rate and crit damage of the Panda Paws. The Whirlwind Feather to increase the Sprite's paw attack speed. Then Stone Right Tome for some different damage reses. Abyss Necklace to increase the energy regen speed of Draconic Resonance and Winged Dreams. And Stellar Statue to increase the effect duration of 100 slashes. And here I use the Potent Spores. It increases all Relicts equipped effect by 38%. It's depending how high you leveled it. Another one you could use is the Plumed Spore if you want the damage res here. Then for the Star Array, I use here the Divine Warbringer. It gives every 15 seconds 5.3% of max HP as damage. Stoneborn Warrior, I get an extra shield which absorbs some max HP for me. And the other one is the Spirit Harbinger. I get some Paul combo rate. Then for the Avian, I would use here, I don't have the perfect one. Either you want to use the Honeypoo Warrior. If you want to do more damage than the Poppy Gaze because it increases the attack speed of Pulse by 50% for 5 seconds. And for the affixes you want to use, I would use no speeding, then regen ability, barrel dodge, and for this one here, I would go on something like rage slash or something that increases your pull damage. For the souls, I would level the HP soul the most. Then second, I would definitely go for the crit res here because you need a lot of that. Global attack you also can level if you want to have more attack, and I leveled it a little bit higher because in the scrolls I didn't have it that high to balance it a little bit to do more damage. Then I also leveled the global defense to have more defense and the counter one for the pall damage. The other ones you don't really need. Then in the back accessories, the main point you want to level would be the HP, and then depending on survivability, either the defense or the attack one. And the important knots here are definitely the regeneration here, and this one at the top here. Other ones you want to have are the crit res here and here. You also want to have the energy regen speed here, and I would go for the pole combo rate here at the top first. Then you can increase the different pole stats here. They are really good. You also want to have the wound to decrease the regenerations of your enemies, and this one increases your HP every 8 all basic attacks. That's also nice. Then I have here the Crimson Sprite too. For every 2 seconds Paul damage increases by an extra 3%, and also different stats. Then on the damage stresses, I would go for the counter and the skill damage stress first, because I think mainly those two classes are your problems, because the archers aren't that heavy for the beast tamer classes. And then I also would level combo and the power damage as second ones. Here you also want to have the wound here, and you want to go for the temporal compression, because every skill you cast increases your attack, and because you have a regen class here, your attack is higher because you cast definitely a lot more skills than if you would fight an enemy where the battle is ended in 5 seconds. I also leveled here different things like skill damage or the skill crit damage, because I'm really maxed out here. I also have this one here, that every skill I cast regenerates some HP. That's nice. Here it's same with the damage reses. And yeah, I think that was it really here. Then we're gonna go to the divining path. On the first one, I definitely would go for global HP and pal combo. So your first priority would be pal combo, then global HP, and maybe after that for pal crit rate. And in this tree, I would go for your main stat for block and ignore pierce after that. And after those two, I would go here also like global HP or pal crit, pal combo, or maybe even better, it could be the regen here, regeneration. Then for the statue, you want to have 5 times global HP on the highest tier you have here. And then for the enchants, I would go for 4 of the crit res ones and then 2 times the pole damage. I don't have a lot of them, like this one. 2 times this one and 4 times the crit res. And after that I would focus on the pole damage here. There may be counter damage res or combo damage res depending on what you need here. And here either crit res or the skill res depending which enemies you fight and which builds you build. And on the rooms I would go for the pole damage, maybe something like pole crit or stun. Then for the mount artifact and back accessory, I would use here the shuttle as your first choice because it is really great for reaching classes. It gives you different buffs, and every 11 seconds you get a shield equal to 10% of your max HP. That's really nice. Then the Serpent Frenzy, the Staff of Hermes, is also really a nice one. It gives you different buffs and damage based on HP. And then this one here, the Alien back accessory, you get different buffs here and also damage reduction. That's really nice. And other ones you could use, or maybe something like this one, if you don't have other ones, or just read through the ones you have in all of those 3 and look for something that gives you survivability, damage based on max HP, or increases your regen speed or decreases the damage of your enemy. Something like that is also always really strong. And I think that was it already. If I can show you a fight too, but my build isn't the strongest one, but I definitely should be to defeat some enemies here. Like someone like Strandy is a berserker, and I'm gonna fight him with the Supreme Spirit set. Like you see, I beat him pretty easy. I would definitely be able to beat other enemies if my regeneration was higher here. It's not that high, 7.9, because my gear isn't the right one, and my also Paul combo isn't that high. For stats, there you want to go for regen and Paul combo. It's really important. Those are my stats. And yeah, I think that was everything. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. And if you want to support me, leave a like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.